Hello everyone, how the heck are you? I am Fastidious, welcome to my channel, and welcome to a pretty darn unique guide here. So we're gonna do a Uredin guide, but you're not gonna see him in any gameplay or anything like that. That is not the purpose of this guide. The purpose is to show Uredin in the best use, the best content for him by a mile. And that is being the highest BP hero in the game, which is key for, things like Tide, but who cares about that? It is really key for the most important thing, GvG, Demon Soldier Affiliation. So you want to get your BP on your heroes as high as possible so they go on your best Demon Soldiers for each fight, and those soldiers are empowered to the maximum that your account can offer. Uredin is the best at this in the game, and I'm going to show you how to maximize him right now. If we actually go here and we see, I actually have Uredin. I'm going to build him for you live right now so we can see how the BP changes as we go, and I've got an extra copy, so I can even A1 him as well. Never used him before. We're going to show him at no skill ups and then probably dusted skill ups and then crystalled max skill ups. We'll optimize for the artifact, for the gear, all that stuff. And we'll see how much BP we can put on this young fella. You can see right now I'm sorting by BP, and I actually have my top 5 BP heroes already properly geared for Guild War affiliations. Let me show you that right now. I've got these 5 plans from best to worst. It's Cetrum affiliation, Ingrid affiliation, Valkyra, Twyla, and Silas. One little note, fun tip, if you have a legendary lord and they are A0, the BP number listed when you affiliate them onto a demon soldier, it will actually be 8% higher. If they are A1 or higher, the number listed will actually be 8.5% higher. So if my Ingrid was A0, you could take this number and multiply it by 1.08 to see the true BP that she will lend to a demon soldier. And because she's A1 or higher, you can see my Ingrid is A3. What you're going to do is take that number and multiply it by 1.085. So 108.5%. There you go. But this is not about them. This is about Uredin. So right now, the number to beat is my A5 Cetrum, obviously fully skilled, with a promo 3 exclusive artifact. He's coming in at a little bit under 116,000 battle power. So he's at 115,699. Obviously, most of my best BP gear right now, because I have him in Maxis, is on these 5 heroes. So what we're going to do to begin is quick unequip all of this. If you wanted to be pure and do this from scratch, what you could do is quick unequip all of your heroes. However, I'm pretty confident the 25 pieces on these 5 heroes are probably my best because I did a lot of checking and double checking and triple checking to make sure they were all max affiliated or max BP built so they could be max affiliated onto the demon soldiers. So I think if we take those 25 pieces off, we'll be cooking pretty well when we go to build our Uredin. So let's do that right now. Talking about gameplay, Uredin is a solid hero. He was so overrated by yours truly a bit too before he came to the game because his kit seemed so unique. Once he arrived, many of us, again, yours truly included, realized we were wrong and we totally overhyped him. However, because he was so overhyped, many people think he's bad. He's not bad. He's just pretty good. We thought he would be a gameplay god, and he's pretty good. So that was a huge disappointment. But don't go thinking, especially if you get him early game or mid game, that he's a terrible hero. However, in the later game and certainly end game where I'm at right now, his singular use outside of Conqueror Codex Boss is going to be BP affiliation in Guild Wars for your Demon Soldiers. So let's show that off right now. Here is my, I believe, promo 4 Uredin, level 60 with no gear, no artifact, no skill ups. Let's make him promo 6 at least so we can see what the baseline is going to be. Let's see what we can cook with. He's now max promo, 6 stars, level 60, no gear, no artifacts, and we've set a baseline at 26,978. So let's work on some gear right now. We'll start off, we'll try to maybe tinker with this and min-max later on, but for now, a quick equip should go a long way. And you'll see that brought him up to 73,835. Let's throw on his best in-slot artifact. If you don't know what that is, it will always be Wailing Skull for a fighter. Wailing Skull at max promotion is equal to any hero's exclusive artifact at max promotion. So if you have their max exclusive artifact or an equal promotion exclusive artifact to a Wailing Skull, so in my case it's all max, then it's a wash, they're even. But for especially heroes that don't have an exclusive artifact like Uredin, you'll always go for the Wailing Skull. And even if he did have an exclusive, because mine is max, the Wailing Skull just gives more BP than everything else. Let me actually prove that to you right now. We'll throw on this key of the Forsaken. That brings it to 87,500. If I replace this with a maxed out whaling skill, you'll see it should jump about 2,000 or 3,000. So there you go, 2.6 thousand. Now he actually breaks 90K, which I've got to say, for just a quick equip, we haven't gone into his exclusive gear yet, his exclusive weapon, and we've just got the max whaling skull, no skill ups, no awakenings. That's pretty badass. There's a reason he is the best hero in the game for this, full stop. Like the highest potential BP unit, including all legendaries, all lords, everything, is going to be Uredin. So let's see what kind of different skill ups makes. We're at 90,198. We're going to just dust him up. So what is dust? That's the first 6 skill ups on a legendary hero. You don't have to use your skill crystals. You can just use this gold dust over here. So let's do that. I don't think they're going to show us in real time how much the BP raises, but let's remember it was about 90,000. And then we'll check to see how much the dusting affects him. I believe I have 2 more to do. Yeah, 40 should be the last one. You can see now we are on to skill crystals. So I've got 17 of these to use. We have Quarter of Glory coming really soon. So if you want to min-max on your account how to optimally use your resources, try to do this when there's a Quarter of Glory because you get tons of points for using your legendary skill crystals. However, what I'm going to film right after this, I desperately want to beat Jake Smash in Guild Wars. My guild is up against his, the Smash Pandas. So if I'm going to beat him, I need this guy ready to go. The Guild War ends tonight, so I'm not going to have time to wait around for the Quarter of Glory. So let's see what that added. That added just under 10,000 BP. So right now, without even max skill crystals, at A0, he has broken the 100,000 BP threshold. Let's see what those skill crystals add. Usually the later skill ups, so the ones you get from the crystals, do add more. So let's see what kind of difference this makes. I'm about to use 10 of them. That's how much it takes. Every legendary hero, except for some of the very OG ones, particularly OG lords, someone like Morgan, I believe only needs 12. I believe 12 is the number. We can double check on Morgan in a second. But with almost every legendary hero in the game, you get the first 6 skill ups from just dust and the next 10 from skill crystals. So total, that is 16. Now I've really got myself wondering about Morgan. So let's max this out. That's the last one. And I'm really maxing out just for that BP added. And you can see it's a ton. That brought him to 114,000 and a half. So even right now with the raw quick equip, which likely could have been the best, he is, what is this? 1.1 thousand away from my Cetrum. And that's an A5 Cetrum with a promo 3 exclusive. We do have an awakening to add. Before we do that, I have to know, what is Morgan's number of skill ups? I need to know this. It's rare. There are very few heroes in the game that don't have the full 16 as a legendary. So she doesn't get any on her basic. So you can see it's 4, 4, 4. I was correct. It is 12. So she's missing the extra 4 from the basic. Makes it pretty easy to max her. Let's head over now back to Uredin. So remember, we were at like 87K. Then we put on the maxed out whaling skull. That brought him to 90K. Then we dusted him up. That brought him to 100K. And then we skill cristed him, and that brought him up over 114,500. What is this Awaken level 1 going to do for him? Mamma mia, let's see it. How much is it going to add? Will it tell us in real time, or do I got to go peek? There's no appearance on the screen. I'm not even going to mention the effects because it doesn't matter. This is a BP guide, and that made him already my best on my roster. So I'm going to try to take down Jake, and this certainly should help. That puts him at 116,253. Some of you are probably seeing that and thinking, oh my God, that's so much BP. And some of you Ender game players are probably seeing that and being like, oh my God, you're Uredin with your best gear only has 116,000. It is what it is, baby. You can never win. Let's check over here. And I love to just double check the gear to make sure the quick equip optimized. And I've got to say, there's a chance it didn't because it doesn't optimize in terms of BP for exclusive gear. And a hero like Uredin does have exclusive gear, and I have one decent piece for him that I recasted a few times trying to make it solid. So I think we can probably bump this up at least another 1,000. But first, let's start with the Ageless Wrath on the right. So very quick lesson. When it comes to the best right-hand side gear set in the game, strictly for BP, that will be Ageless Wrath. Now, why is that? Because set bonus means nothing for BP unless it's directly contributing a stat boost. So something like Soulbound Arcana is pretty sweet, right? This is a cool effect. After the ultimate cast, the damage increases by 10% permanently, stacking up to 5 times. Increasing damage progressively throughout a battle does not affect your stats, so that does not affect BP. So actually, if you're not running something like Ageless Wrath, BP just won't be affected. You could easily just go broken set. However, if you see over here with Ageless Wrath, there is a direct stat contribution, plus 30% crit damage. Later on in the battle, you can stack this with another 30%. That will not be contributed. However, right off the bat, the set is giving a stat boost. This is the only tier 2 or tier 3 set in the game that is a DPS set that does give a stat boost for the right side gear. Left side gear always gives a stat boost, so that's why it's really juicy. Something like Wicked Vengeance or Warlord is going to be really good because you're getting 2 different boosts. Here you can see plus 25% attack bonus and then plus 30 attack speed. If we can find some Wicked Vengeance down here, where is it? You'll see this one is going. This is definitely the piece we're probably going to try out. This one is going to give plus 40% crit damage, plus 10% attack bonus. So try that all out. Those are the best for the left. But for the right, all else equal, Ageless Wrath is always the best for basically every single hero. So let's check our Ageless Wrath and go piece by piece. I'm just going to click on my top ones. Almost everything's unequipped. I tried to do that before. And we can just see here with the live updates, the predictive preview updates, will it help my BP or hurt it? So you can see this will reduce it minus 776, minus 2,900. I'm just going to click through just in case the optimization missed anything. Another minus 766. Is there any piece that actually would be a benefit? I'm not seeing anything. Pretty good. Let's move along to the next. I actually recently did ascend a decent amount of Night Terror pieces into Ageless Wrath because I'm kind of at that point in the game. I want as many good Ageless Wrath options as possible. Let's click through. Looks like it did it correctly. No optimization missed. Might as well check the rings now. Not too many more pieces. Minus 8,100. There's also equip pieces that it could have overlooked, right? It can only quick equip currently unequipped pieces. The right side worked out perfect. For the left side, very likely these two are the best. Just looking at them, you can see there's great stats here. However, like I said, they're not optimizing for the BP bonus you get by using a hero's exclusive gear. So let me show you that right now. We've got the exclusive weapons for Uredin. I've got a few options here, right? But a lot of them rolled poorly or didn't have good substats, but I do have at least one good option. So let's see. This is all going to reduce it right now, right? Because we're going to break up a set bonus. So we got to just remember this number. It's 116.253. Let's find what we think is the best. This one looks pretty juicy, right? Big attack speed, the crit rate's whatever. Attack bonus is nice, rage unit is nice. And this one does come with HP bonus. So it's going to be one of these two that gives the bigger contribution. Just clicking right now, you can see this only reduces by 2,600, almost 27. This reduces by almost 3K. Likely this is the better piece because they're valuing the rage regen. Let's throw that on. And I can tell you for a fact, I've got a Calypso exclusive Wicked Vengeance breastplate that is going to be the best option wherever it's hiding. This is it. And I know it's the best option because it's just, not because it's Calypso. It doesn't affect him in any way. It just rolled fairly well. I did have to re-roll that crit rate. Originally it was like 8%, but you can see some big attack bonus, solid crit damage, good flat attack. Let's throw that on. We do have a new high number, so it's good that I went through painstakingly and maxed it. 116,500, so that's my new highest BP. And finally, we'll do one final check with that Lust piece, and yeah, it would be just about 200 BP less. So this is going to be the best possible build I can do for Uredin. I really, really hope this helped you guys. If you're caring about GvG, it's really important you do this. If you don't care, it's really important you don't. Because if you don't care at all, this is such a crazy waste of resources. But I'm at the point in the game where I kind of care. So this is pretty good. A lot can be improved. The best guys in the realm, if you want a perspective, maybe I'll get a picture of this. Maybe I'll get Glace to send me his. I know Glace has an A5 Uredin with beautiful, beautiful gear. He's at like 132,000, 133,000 BP. You'll see it on the screen now. And then there are people even better than him. Some of those guys in Immortal Elite, some of those Deegs boys, the mad guys, I know they have as high as like 134, 135,000. Maybe I can message Deegs and see if he can send me their number one. Maybe they don't want to divulge that though. But I know people can get to like the mid 130,000s. There we go. He beats my A5 Setrum with the Promo 3 exclusive by just about 1,000 BP. Now Setrum becomes my second best. It's a whole trickle down effect. So if you remember over here, I was using Silas as my 5th unit. He is on the floor now, so now Twyla's my worst, with Uredin my best, Setrum, Ingrid, and Valkyria in the middle. I really hope this helped. Let me know if you like this kind of video, because obviously it's not my typical kind of guide, my typical kind of thing. I think it's going to be valuable to some of you, so if that's you, definitely let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Share it with your mother. I've been Fastidious, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.
Yeah, my mouth is super dry right now.